Hello. Today we'll be reading the book The Letter by Irene Verdu and illustrated by Veronica Arande and translated by Luisiana Durante Armendariz. The mail carrier was surprised by a downpour and hurried. He lost the letter without noticing. That day after the rain, the wind found the letter. It was in a puddle. The water had erased the writing on the envelope, and it was impossible to know who had sent it or to whom it was addressed. That's why the wind decided to open it and read it. It was a lovely letter. It simply said, "I love you." Since it was so beautiful, the wind thought it would be a shame if it didn't reach someone. So the wind blew and let the letter choose its own destiny. The letter lifted up to the sky and then fell from there. The letter glided, it reached Mr. Cat's roof, slid down his chimney, and landed on his head. That moment he was sprawled on his favorite chair. Mr. Cat was clean and orderly. He lived in a comfortable house and was perfect for friends to visit. But Mr. Cat was a sourpuss. He didn't have a single friend, couldn't stand visitors, and wouldn't even open the door for the mail carrier. Better a lonely cat than a disappointed one, he muttered to himself when he felt sad, which was often. But then Mr. Cat read that letter and had come down his chimney. He suddenly felt very happy. "Somebody loves me," he thought, rejoicing. He wanted to investigate who had sent the mysterious letter, so without giving it another thought, he went out for a search. On the street, he saw Miss Goose. She was going to the farm, carrying a heavy basket. Maybe she sent the letter, Mr. Cat thought. He was excited. He hurried to offer his help, and he carried the basket the rest of the way. Such kindness surprised Miss Goose so much that she was almost speechless. "Honk, honk," she nervously stammered, and she left without even saying thank you. Mr. Cat felt disappointed. But soon afterward he saw Mrs. Hen. He was trying to get one of her chicks down from the top of the tree. Maybe she sent the letter, Mr. Cat thought. He was so excited. He hurried to offer his help and carefully brought the youngling down. Cluck, cluck. The hen was so distracted by her chick's stunt that she took her baby took her baby by the wing, and they both walked away without even thanking Mr. Cat. Mr. Cat felt very disappointed. But right then, Mr. Cat ran into Shepherd Dog. He was trying to jumpstart his old motorcycle without any success. Maybe he sent the letter, Mr. Cat thought. He was excited. He hurried to offer his help, and he pushed the old motorcycle until it started. Woof, the dog barked. He happily drove away without even giving thanks to Mr. Cat. Poor Mr. Cat. He was utterly let down. He thought about his old belief that being lonely was better than being disappointed. He walked home very slowly. When he finally reached his house, he couldn't believe what he saw. Mrs. Goose was waiting for him with a homemade cake. Mrs. Hen and her chicks had a basket of fresh fruit, and Shepherd Dog held a jug of tasty milk. "This is all for you," Mrs. Goose said. "For your kindness," Mrs. Hen said. "We're sorry we didn't thank you right away," Shepherd Dog said. For the first time, Mr. Cat knew what it felt like to be loved. He opened the door to his house for his new friends. You're probably wondering, what about the letter? The wind snuck in through the open door of Mr. Cat's house, and it blew the letter and lifted it up to the sky once again. The end.